Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Truth Serum. Big night last night. I hit 1,000 subs, and a real thankful shout out to the NYC Crime Spot, Brett. You know I appreciate it. So, um, big night. I slept with the window open. I think I got a head cold, but the show must go on. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and took me over 450, maybe 490 videos. But the show must go on, even when you're having a bad hair day. But what can you do? We put it together. Open forum. I got a good community of people. We talk about things, and that's that. I'm accessible, so I'll wait to see if some people come in here. Hmm. When I was doing that interview with the NYC Crime Spot, he showed me a clip of Mike Tyson talking to Mike Franzese, and it more or less, I term everything allegedly here because I don't want trouble from other camps and everything. Thank you, Mr. Ruffino. I say everything alleged, strictly comments and opinions, and that's that. But that interview was in 2024, and there was another guy in that interview, I think, with Mike Franzese, Mike Tyson, somebody else. I did the interview last night with the NYC Crime Spot, and he showed it during the live stream, and Mike Tyson asked Mike Franzese, "Oh, did you ever kill anybody or stuff like that?" And Mike Franzese gave some kind of vague, teeter-totter answer, more or less. He wasn't. He didn't say anything concrete. If he was true Cosa Nostra, now you got to remember that he's talking to a vicious heavyweight champ, and maybe Mike doesn't want to say if Mike didn't whack anybody, maybe Mike didn't want to say, "Oh no, I didn't." You got the most vicious boxer in the ring, and Mike said he left it kind of open or whatever. But instead of saying, well, if he was claiming to be a captain or a boss, he should have told Mike Tyson, well, there's a levels and there's a hierarchy in the mob, and there's this group of people, their responsibilities are this, and this next tier of people, their responsibilities are this, and the next tier of people, their responsibilities are like this. He come up and gave some kind of vague answer, crafty. I got to give him credit. He gave some kind of crafty answer because he felt, maybe, I'm just guessing, maybe he just felt like, oh, I hyped myself up so big and I can't tell this great heavyweight champ, this violent champ in the ring, I can't say, oh no, I didn't whack nobody, So that was a good clip that the NYC Crime Spot showed while we were doing an interview. And I got some comments on my regular phone outside of that, but I don't want to do many more things about Mike Franzese and all that. Let him do what he does, and that was a good clip, though. That was a good clip. I think he even had different dates when he said he got made. I don't know, Well, thank you, Adama Pictures Productions. The show must go on. You know how it is. You're into productions. Well, if you're here long enough, you'll realize I'm the best talk show host on. Don't let the numbers fool you. But thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in. I'm a little under the weather, but I was very excited. I reached that first stage of 1,000. Now I know relative speaking, relative to other channels. Um, it's a small, but boy, I grinded it out. I chain smoke cigarettes, chain drink coffee. I put them out, but it's a hobby and it's therapy it's therapy also to me. So um you just gotta put the time in, and I have. So um and honestly, I piggybacked in the thumbnails. And I was a runaround guy back then. My godfather did work, and I heard a lot of things. And uh, there's just some things that I will not repeat because I don't know. I don't have a first-hand account. This mob tube is like mob soap opera. Tune in tomorrow to see if Tony whacks Johnny for kissing his daughter behind the schoolyard. It's a soap opera, and it's a hustle. What a revelation that some of these wise guys channels would be misleading or lying. So I was really tripped out on that earlier because I wanted all mob historic accounts to be true, because these other guys can't defend themselves because they're all dead, or they already rotted away in prison. So that's where I was. But I'm a storyteller first and foremost, and I got some good stories coming down the pike. And some excuse me, all that excitement last night, I uh took the energy out of me, but I feel like I got a head cold. The show must go on. So pain like Bane, huh? Philly Bob, thanks for your support last night. I really got to cut down on these smokes, man. This is bad. I'm only gonna have one during this thing here. I'm not gonna do no marathon, but I wanted to just try to get some momentum and get some adrenaline. So that was fun. That guy was nice, and he made the interview comfortable, and that was a good act of kindness from that guy. It was a real good act of kindness, and he does a good show. He does a show just like me. I interact. Yeah, you were there, Mr. Philly Bob. Yeah, and and when you get 1,000 subs and you got to then you say, oh, I can get monetized. Oh, monetized. I'm in the money. Put the brakes on. You got to get 1,000 views, and then it's like it's like 8 cents, 6 cents per 1,000 views. I'm lucky my views get 100. So I still I'll still throw punches at everything, but you know, whatever the universe hands me, it hands me, because you'll get really tripped out. You'll get really tripped out on numbers and analytics and everything else. So, hey, Italian Stallion. So more or less, I do the live streams, and where it goes, where it goes. Um, yeah, the NYC crime spot. I piggybacked these mob characters in my thumbnails to get there, but I'm a Renaissance man. I'm well versed in many fields of knowledge. I could communicate effectively. Uh, I'm a wordsmith. What else we got here? I'm a frustrated weatherman. I'm a frustrated comic, but I'm a social creature, and I like love and compassion, and I like to also motivate and inspire at the end of my videos that we should all rise up in our thinking and on all aspects of our life. This is my fifth chance at life. I wasted a lot of time, but I tell you one thing: I'm 60 years old. I'm putting the blinders on. I'm just pumping. I'm just pumping. I hope it doesn't take 500 videos to get another 1,000 subs. Oh, I'm 60, but I like that. I like what would I be doing sitting in here looking at the walls? In a long winter it was too. So, uh, thank you, Pain Like Bane. Adama Productions. I'm the best producer, editor, freelancer, author, writer, I'm the best. I'm the best. I hope you got great work and you're very successful and everything, but I'm a confident guy. Forget about what the numbers are. The world will catch up to me. The world will catch up to me. Just like when you guys have goals and dreams and aspire to do all these things, you just have to keep it on your mind. So I like to integrate that stuff into my show. And I've done all the videos. There might have been some live streams on my cell phone outside. I've done them all here, right here. You know, are we on? Are we on? Oh, how's the lighting? Well, whatever it is, it is. I guess it turned into my niche. So we're going to run with it. At the end of the day, it's interesting content and entertainment. You got to be likable. You got to be entertaining. And you got to have interesting content as far as the, marketing aspect and all that. So that's what I got to keep trying. And I'm not a pompous guy or egotistical guy. I'm just a little peed off. I wasted a lot of time. I got distracted. I didn't find myself in an ideal position at my age where just academic achievements alone, I should have been retired on a beach somewhere, but we can't look behind us. We got to look in front. So this is therapy for me. I need someone to talk to. I got good people that come in here. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling. And I'm a slurper too, so I probably lost subscribers and viewers like that, but bye-bye. Bye-bye. So let's throw in a story. See if you hang around long enough. It's just an open thing here. It's only a couple minutes. They used to, and I don't like to talk about strippers. I wasn't like a guy going to strip clubs and all that, but it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. How some of these guys, some of these wise guys were married and they wanted to nail anything that had a pulse, But there was some proper husbands, but some of these guys got a little carried away, and there's some other stories I'll tell down the road. But the one time, I don't know if it was in Niagara Falls or you used to go over the bridge to Canada. And Canada had different rules than the States when it came to whatever they could touch or they do whatever. They sit on the lap dance and all that. But I was with a 3-pack of guys, and I more or less was always the designated driver because I didn't like to drink. And out of these 3 guys, I think there was probably, I would call 2 full-fledged alkies, and then just a guy that just liked to party and drink. But out of these guys, so and they had money, they had stacks of money, and they were always trying to say, "Come on, Joe, sit down." No, what are you gonna do? Drool over the girl that you can't do nothing? And I mean, I didn't have any problem. I wasn't a whore master or anything like that, but I didn't have any problem attracting. I mean, nothing against strippers or anything. That's their hustle. God bless them. People do what they do. Like Ray Charles says, let it do what it do. So I says, go ahead. We'll call this guy Stretch. Oh. So Stretch is he's pounding down. And the stripper, he gets a stripper, he gives her the money, and she tells him to stand up against the wall, and she's gonna do a handstand and have the legs follow up. Can you see what is what? she's gonna do a handstand against the wall, and his face is gonna be between her legs, and so uh, I come up there because I want to see because he's drunk, and they were getting pretty aggressive on touching and other things. So I come up there. She goes to do the handstand, and you know the strippers they got the spike shoes. She must have had a steel spike on the shoe, and when she came up to straddle the face with the handstand, the spike come across and cut his just slid it, just like slid it, and it was like a delayed reaction. And he was like, oh, and then all of a sudden, a whole line of blood came down, and it was deep. She is sliced deep, and uh, it got chaotic and everything. And then they fell to the ground, and then he tried to break the rules, and there was blood coming out, and he's trying to do some what moves that they don't allow, and he's going, I gave her 100, I gave her whatever's going on. And we had to bring him to a place. They stitched him up. Then his wife wants to know what happened. Right? Mm-hmm. And when all these guys are out doing and gallivanting and everything else, some of these girlfriends and wives, they come to me because I'm not made into that. I'm submissive. They know I'm always the wheel man. I'm always driving everybody around, and they want to know, what is what. And half the time when these guys are lying to their girlfriend or spouse or wife, they use me as an alibi. Give me a heads up if I'm your alibi. I mean, it used to get crazy. So the boss, Sam, I had to explain all of that kind of stuff, and it was crazy. That was just I just thought I'd throw in a little stripper story, but they would cross over to Canada. I never liked to do the lap. It just wasn't my thing. It just wasn't my thing. I mean, I like beautiful, sexy woman, yes, but just you got to pay to get teased. I'm old school. I like to, number one, it's a waste of money, and number two, I'd rather have the real thing. But a lot of these guys probably couldn't get. Some did have beautiful spouses, but some didn't, and they would never get that close to a beautiful, sexy woman like that in their life. So, to each his own. To each his own. I was young and I didn't look this raggedy. I still had, as far as that goes, I just looked at things different. And so, Fred, them clubs were wild 20, 25 years ago. And I should just do stripper story week because sometimes when I'm telling some stories, it will ignite some other things that happen. And yeah, so yeah, stripper week on the truth serum. I should interview a stripper. I got to get my game up. I gotta get my game up. Mm. When they used to go across the border, they used to have these houses, and it was like there was like a madam running these houses. But oh man, thank you, James McCarthy. Holy cow! All the excitement last night. I got yeah. Chaz says there's a book deal as well. Tentatively titled Cobwebs Cooking Meals on 76 Cents a Day by renowned author Joe Monty. Thanks to you, though, I'm going to have some meat and potatoes. Thank you, man. Gosh, you're so generous. You're so generous. Yeah. All the excitement last night, James, um, gave me like a head cold, but the show must go on. The show must go on. And thank you, sir. You know, thank you, James McCarthy. Holy cow, man! I gotta give you a hug or shake your hand or something. I mean, you know what I mean. Jeez. You must be a stand-up. You're an entertainer, man. You're in the entertainment field somehow because you're good. Right, you're a good writer. You're an author or something. You're an author or a comic or an actor or something. You put this mind freak on me. Well, sometimes mysteries are good. Sometimes mysteries are good. So back to the whorehouse. You'd cross the border like to Fort Erie or whatnot. Then they'd have like a mansion. And then they'd have all the girls in a living room. And then these guys. Now, I used to go up with a couple older guys. They would drink. I would drive. I never participated in those shenanigans. I never participated. But they were all mostly Russian girls. The Russians. And I used to hang out in this social area, and I got to know one, not with touchy-feely and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, James McCarthy. Thank you. Not touchy-feely or anything like that, but I would talk to her, and she would say, "How come you don't?" She was like, "I can meet you outside of here, and you could more or less do whatever you want with me." I was like, "No, that's okay." But what they were doing is they had these Russian girls, like maybe from the Ukraine or Siberia, wherever they came from. They would get recruited by maybe the Russian organized crime or whatever. I mean, and they would get sent over to America, and they would have, it was almost like they were being extorted or pimped, and they would have to send money back to these guys in Russia. And I used to feel sorry for her, but I says, because she was intelligent. And I says, can't you just escape from it? Go to college. You're smart. Get a degree. Just, they're not going to come over here and search you out and all that, you know. But yeah, those were called, I like to keep it PG, but those were called rub and tug, you know, that's all. But, you know, so I wasn't into it. But that's what they used to do. A lot of these guys used to go up there, and then they'd go to the casino afterwards, and then they would gamble, but they would make sure to stop at them to check out those women. But I never liked to participate in any of that. Wasn't my thing. And believe me, they all looked like models, and they had bodies. They were all 10s. Every one of them was like a Hollywood starlet. And they come up in poverty over there. They live off of potatoes, you know, like me. Not anymore. Not anymore. Mr. McCarthy, thank you. And so they were so impoverished that, you know, they didn't think anything like that. Hey, James, you're still here. You usually hit and run. Congratulations. I'm going to be on the night tour. I hope to catch you live from time to time. God bless you and your family. Keep the laughs coming. To the moon. Thank you. God bless you and your family. James McCarthy. Thank you for your good words and the support in every way. Thank you. The night tour. You're going to be going on a night tour. Are these clues? Are these clues like, Raiders of the Lost Ark? God bless you. The mystery is nice. Mysteries are good. So, thank you, man. God bless you. I'll try to be a comedian. I'll try to be a good storyteller. I'll try to be a weatherman too. It's currently sunny out, 76 degrees. No, it's probably 55. Cut. It's currently 56 degrees. Winds north-northwest, 15 to 25 miles an hour. Barometric pressure 29.06 and rising. Yeah. I'm a one-take guy. I'm a one-take. You guys think it's easy? Just because I make it look easy? Hey, Michael Momil. Hey. All right. When I first started, the lighting is one light. That's my lighting. But it was falling, and I was on the other couch, and the stuff was falling out on the thing. And so it was like, just hang in there. You guys were good enough to just say, well, it looks like the Truth Serum's having some technical problems with his set, and maybe he can get it together soon. So I relocated to this side of the room, and let's take a picture at the horse race. Picture. Come on. There's my lighting. I like that artwork there. I like it. Franzese, you remember when the car blew up on Main Street? How was that day? Franzese, who are you? Are you? I know who you are. Does your last name starts with L? I don't like to say names and everything. L, Pool Hall, and last name starts with L. We're gonna keep everything a mystery here. No, it's just some random, nothing specific to even what racetrack that is. But my buddy RB gave me those and said, "Hey, maybe it'll make your renowned studio give it a little flavor, give it a little personality." I should. Well, yeah. I'm a nostalgic guy. Yeah. I'm a nostalgic guy, but thank you, Franzese. I'm wondering what that reference was. Well, we don't want to talk about any blown up cars or anything. Well, because in my data bank there was like, well, from what city? Buffalo, Rochester, Brooklyn. I think I heard about like 9, but the only other variable is Frank. Yeah. Boss. Oh, yep. Who's that? RV? His initials were RV. Well, people say I don't like to say names and all this and that, and oh, you're just, well, it ain't that important. If anybody's been watching my channel, a lot of people are dead and everything, and what the heck? If I gotta, I talked about Big G. Oh, okay. You told me that before. What's wrong with me? Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were talking about somebody else. BGD. What am I turning into a murder mystery? All right. Smoke another one. Thank you, James McCarthy. Man, yeah, I don't know. Gosh, it's a good guy. Yeah, all the excitement last night. I left the damn window open when I fell asleep, and uh, but this is only my second cigarette. I gotta stop this. Oh, Fred knows that's your old turf, Fred. Fred knows that's your turf. I miss you, Fred. Man, I miss you. You know, I got ostracized from that hell over there, but I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Mm, well, Fred knows. Back in the days, even in Rochester, man, they were violent. Yeah, look at they had the A team and the B team. These guys know. Wow. They think that, oh, different cities are crazier than like New York, Bronx, Brooklyn. People might have this idea that the most ruthless killers were no, there were ruthless killers everywhere. My godfather just happened to be from Brooklyn, like me. I was born in Brooklyn. He was friends with my best friends with my father, and just by happenstance, uh, my godfather, he became my godfather, and he did work for a lot of different families. I didn't get many birthday cards, but but and the other big Gene D, I knew him real good too when he used to come to the races, and I would pick horses, try to pick horses and hang out and everything. And mm, I was up close and personal to two of the most dangerous characters. Forget about the mob life, just in general, just any civilian on planet Earth. And later on in years, when my godfather got a little older, we would talk a lot, and I would always try to pick his brain and everything. But BGD, I would talk this and that, and he would get drunk once in a while, and he'd start talking, and he'd be in the car, and he might be talking about something that was violent, and he would get a gleam in his eye. Thank you, Big J Biz. He would get a sparkle. He would get a gleam in his eye. And I'm like, I don't want to hear any more of that. I don't want to hear any more of that. I don't want to hear any of that. And he's got a sparkle in his eye. And you know, let's change the subject. Yeah, Frank Ace, that club. People like to glamorize and sensationalize on the mob tube soap opera and everything, but I'm a social guy, and I like to have fun and laugh. And I tell you, these guys had some real good sense of humor. I mean, most people got a good sense of humor. Some happen to be plumbers, some happen to be truck drivers, some happen to be accountants, and then some just happen to be in that life. So it shouldn't be so far fetched that some wise guys have a sense of humor and any other humanistic behavior that we all demonstrate. You know, yeah. My godfather was, since you guys are nice enough to come in here, my godfather, this was older on, and I used to go up to his place and hang out. A lot of times, not talk about mob stuff. Just we would watch Jeopardy, and he would. I didn't want to. I didn't want to insult him like that. Uh, uh, He's like, Jojo, let's watch Jeopardy. And I'm thinking, I don't want to embarrass him, but I knew he was smart, IQ and everything, but I didn't know how much academics he had behind him. So I'm thinking, well, I'm going to just have to play it off because this Jeopardy, I'm going to be answering all these questions and he's going to be crickets. It's nothing. So we're going on and he's answering every question. And I'm laughing, and then he gets pissed off. He's like, "Oh, what do you think? I'm supposed to be stu not? I'm supposed to be, with Italian words and all that." And I says, "No, I'm just surprised. Like, where did you learn that? Like, where did you learn that? You were running crazily in the streets. Well, I don't know." But a lot of guys that did time in prison, different bids, they would read up on all kinds of fields of knowledge, and they come out of prison like freaking Renaissance man. But that was funny. He was, then he's telling me a story. This is what I was getting to. He's telling me a story. These guys, there's gamblers, and he would work for different families. He wasn't a made guy. So if that's what you heard on Mob Soap Opera or however you might assume what happened, he didn't want, but he did. He was tight with the Colombos, and he would get paid for his work. And he was telling me about a guy that he hung out of like a 10-story window, and he was trying to scare him. And the guy was in his socks. And I was thinking, is he making this up or what? And he had hands like, well, he could have played football. He could have went scholarship and played college football, running back, linebacker. He had hands like catcher's mitts, jackhammer hands. And he was allegedly, he was holding the guy out the window with the two hands, and the guy's hollering, blah, 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 blah. And he was trying to scare him. Then he went to holding him with one hand, and his sock came off. He was like, yeah, his head smashed like a pumpkin on the concrete thing. I was like, it just ruined my appetite. How removed and disassociated you can be like that. Now listen. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. I was so excited and everything last night. I forgot to close the window, and I must have got the chills because I got a head cold. But this is only my second cigarette because I really got to get it together with these things. This is not good. It's not good. And I just got a little momentum, a little adrenaline. And so I'm taking a couple puffs. It went out. Okay. So thank you, Frank Ace and Arian Bross, man. Philly Bob, FW Fred. Thank you, Mr. James McCarthy. Gosh, I appreciate it. Big J Biz, thank you, man. Check out the interview I did over there. He was good. It was a natural interview. He didn't have to do that. The NYC crime spot. He didn't have to do that. It's good man class. I like to talk about love and compassion and stuff too. I get more excited about that than mob stories. I'm sorry. Because the grace of God and the angels is why I'm able to speak after my fifth chance at life. So I put that in high esteem because I better share a good message. Because I dodged a lot to make it this far. So, yeah, thank you. Joe Ruffino, Michael Candinas, Frank Ace, Mike Mormio, James McCarthy once again. Yeah. To the moon. Bang, zoom. How you doing, Ralph? The Honeymooners. Wow. That music I used to hear in the crib. The introduction to the Honeymooners. Now look at that, one of the most highly renowned, top-rated sitcoms. They did it like me, one set. See, maybe subconsciously I'm thinking that's all I need. I can rise up like the honeymooners. So to the moon, Jimmy James. My brother's name was Jimmy James. To the moon. Bang, zoom. Then he'd tell Alice, I did it again. I did it again. You see, we're going to segue right off of that. Ralph was trying every scheme to try to uh, um, rise up, a bus driver. He could never catch a break, poor Ralph Cramden. You know, he just wanted Alice to be proud of him. Where am I going with this? So, but the writing of that show rivals Seinfeld. It rivals Seinfeld. I can write. I could probably write comedy too. I'm confident. I could write anything. Enough of that. Enough of that. But it's, something so easy and not complicated. Entertainment is entertainment is entertainment. So, yeah. Sorry, Alice. I did it again. You know, what else we got here? What else we got? To the moon. You giving me clues, Mr. McCarthy? Are you giving me clues? You know I'm nuts. So, he's from New York. He's from New York. Automatic, he's from New York, or he relocated to New York. hmm Slick, sophisticated, come in, boom, bam. All right. Um, nap time. Nap time. Smoke another one. Put this damn thing out, man. I gotta get it together, folks. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. This isn't right. This isn't right. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Uh, thank you, Big J Biz. Yeah, Brett over there at the NYC Crime Story. He did. Yeah, Ralph Cramden was the perfect example of the average guy. You know, and that's why I try to motivate and inspire also because the world is a vampire. Well, that vampire got to Ralph Cramden, but if he was still happy with Alice, and that love, maybe that love was worth more than a fancy place on Park Place or whatever. Maybe that was more important. The love was more important than. Of course, he wanted Alice to, but he was cheap. He wouldn't even get her a vacuum cleaner. The refrigerator was still a block of ice. The plumbing was messed up. Geez, Ralph, you could have splurged a little bit. Gosh. Me, poor Alice, man, that's true love. That's true love. So he knew that love was priceless. He knew that love was priceless. Hey, Roro, thank you last night, man. Thank you. Thank you, Roro. You helped me out last night. You guys got to check out the NYC Crime Spot. The guy did me a good favor. I love Love and Compassion. And Roro was in there helping me out. And my mother's name was Rosemary, and they used to call her Ro. So everything's just perfect circle. I like to line all the planets of the universe up and try to figure things out. Makes me a little But anything that's Ro, thank you for helping me out on that platform. Uh, in lieu of all the excitement, I left the bedroom window open. I got a head cold, but the show must go on. The show must go on. But, I make one day off. Thank you, Ro. Part of God's plan. The universe. Yeah. Thank you, universe. Thank you, these good people. Thank you for the blessings that I have. And people aren't thankful for the blessings that they have. They'd rather focus on the stuff they don't have. If you're still healthy and got or breath in your lungs, and you're still living as a 60-year-old and you didn't die young and you're fairly healthy, you're doing good. But people want to just say it's partly cloudy. They don't want to say it's partly sunny. We're not going to get into all that, but thank you, Ro. Thank you. I like that love and compassion. I'm a spiritual guy. I took a little trip to the other side, and I had to come back and try to rise up and motivate and inspire, whether it's just regular words or related to spirituality and everything. I'm going to do a video about guardian angels because I have them. I got to do that. Big J Biz or somebody, when I'm doing this, tell them, somebody remind me. I got to do the guardian. I got to. Why not? I've done every other video. The angels are why I'm still here. Thank you, Philly Bob. Thank you, James McCarthy. James McCarthy supports me, man. I tell you, geez. But I'm not wasting the money on smokes anymore, man. I know I can't. I'm going to cut down. I got to cut down, But my experience, if I'm going to talk spiritual and some of the things it's my experience. I'm not going to try to impose my experiences to say, you better believe this. Oh, how could you not believe this? How could you not believe that? No. I'm just going to tell some stories dating back to when I was a little boy. My mama called me out my name. Right after that picture was taken, as you well know, I was in the hospital for almost a year with pneumonia, and then I got mononucleosis, which they used to term the kissing disease. I'm 4 years old. Who am I kissing? What the hell is the kissing disease? So when I was going through that, I saw my angels for the first time, and then later on in my life, I saw them along with a couple demons. We're not going to. That's for another day. I feel I'm getting weak. I'm getting weak. Yeah, we'll tell that tomorrow. I think I'm going to take a nap. Where's my director? Somebody turn my computer off. I think I'm going to faint. All right, get it together. Joe, you corny. Thank you, Ro. Yeah. And the NYC Crime Spot, he comes in with an open community, and he talks to the people and everything like that. And so I like that. I like that. And I like to know a lot of those areas of where, the stuff that he does, interesting tidbits and facts about these people, where they might have lived or where certain crimes might have occurred and everything. So it's all good. He's got 25,000 subscribers. I got a long way to go. This is stage 1, 1,000 subscribers. But I just keep pumping them out. I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I just lonely? Suffering from isolation? Midlife crisis? Psychopathy? All right. I think we should end on that note. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, James McCarthy. I'm only going to smoke one more cigarette today because I got to get it together. I feel it's starting to take its toll on me. I got to stop. I could spend money on better things than that. So I'm going to cut down JMac. So thank you, everybody, for coming in here. And we'll do the other stories. Big J Biz. Yeah, Ed Norton was always in there. Ed Norton was the main thing, you know. Oh, James McCarthy, you can't. Oh, jeez, excuse me. Join back in for a second. That 76 cents was from your video the day you said you were cooking pasta with pasta sauce while playing the violin. Keep those skits going. God bless. Yeah. The I'm Broke Symphony, you know, in G minor. Ave Maria. Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. Thank you. Yeah, I got to start eating fruits and vegetables. And, you know, I'm not 20 or 30 anymore. I binged on ice cream, pork rinds. I'm really nuts. Ice cream, Cool Whip, pork rinds, Hostess Ho-Hos. I woke up at 3 in the morning. I thought I was going to faint. What is wrong with me? I do that once a month. I should be getting fruits and vegetables. Man, I got to get it together, man. Wow. I need some kind of assistant or something, maybe a caretaker, you know, preferably 5'6", 36, 24, 36. Maybe that kind of caretaker. No, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I don't like to really urinate on my videos like that. So thank you. I'll try to think up some good comedy again. I'll try to do my best. All right. So hey folks, here it comes. Be the kings and queens of your world. The world is a vampire. It wants your blood. Let's get our head together, our mind, our soul, our spirit, our thinking. Let's get it together. And maybe if you're struggling in certain areas of your life, maybe relationship, drug addiction, uh, um, your job, you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there. It took me 8 months to get 11 subscribers. You got to hang in there. You got to hang in there. Just got to hang in there. And then when you put yourself in that position, you'll gain equity down the road. So just keep fighting the battles. You might not see results right now, but you're building equity. It's like, you know, so that's what I'm talking about here. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, James McCarthy. You make me cry sometimes up here with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ro, thank you for helping last night, Ro. Everybody that comes in, I really appreciate it. And I'm not going to do it. We're all going to do it in this community. I can't do it by myself. We're going to all do it together and prove that we can all rise up. That's all. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And I'm going to keep pumping things out. And Big J Biz, I already forgot what I told you to remind me about, but come in and I already forgot what I told you to remind me about. My mind is shot. So, all right. That's that. I can't thank everybody enough. The NYC Crime Spot, thank you. Ro, everybody, I love you all. I hope your lives rise up and enjoy the opportunity at life. You get one life, opportunity. to enjoy it and laugh and feel it resonate in you and everything else. So we'll get there. If you're not already there, we're going to get there. So thanks a lot. Let the world bless you in everything that you do.